Well, good morning, everyone. Hope everyone's staying safe and healthy. Welcome to the Maniacal S10 channel. Now, the video today is going to be long and short, and it's on my 010 Chevy Aveo with a 1.6. And I've already done the passenger side lower control arm, and this is the driver's side lower control arm. I am replacing the tie rod, lower ball joint. And this lower control arm, as you can see, is what they call a ball joint nowadays. Yeah. And of the outer or front ball joint. My car has 136,000+ miles on it. I figured that the inner back ball joint started going out probably about 80,000. And I'm doing this all one-handed, so I can't show you all the process, but I can show you what I've done to do the process. Now, for this, as you can see where it's starting to break, yeah, this is how they do it nowadays. I'm old school, and there's upper and lower ball joints. Lower one pressed in, upper one cut the rivets off, and both the new ones in. And this lower control arm and the Aveos, this all pertains to from 09 to 011. Aveos and LTs, LS, the standard sedan version, which I have. The older lower and upper control arms were stamped steel, one piece. And as you can see, the newer ones are what we call spot weld or hot spots, done by machine, which is, as soon as I get my pointer here, these spots right here. There's numerous ones. And the spot welds means there's two pieces. There's the front lower control arm bushing, which I'm not replacing. They're still good. I had to do the other one real quick because I was having some problems, and I went ahead and got it done. Well, I did it. Now, if I get this to focus, and where you can see it, and right here is the line for the two-piece seam. Okay, I got all my small lights, and I'm going to be able to show you better what I'm talking about being two-piece. Yeah, that seam is for two-piece lower control arm. And now, this hole that you see was a rivet. I did some of this work prior to the video to show you. Yeah, the lower ball joint is actually fastened by rivets on my car, the old 010. Now, the videos I've watched for the guys that are replacing these ball joints that I'm replacing are bolted in. Makes the job a whole lot easier and faster. Mine got riveted. I don't know why they riveted it, but they didn't want to do the bolts. So I had to go through the process of taking the rivets out. So here's one rivet. I had drilled through it to weaken it, so I could get it out. But it all works out to the good. That's how that went, like so. Now I'm going to flip it over and show you the other side. Give me just a second. Okay, here's the upper side. And as you can see, rivet that I've ground the head of it completely off so I can drill it and tap it out. This one obviously is done. And here is the other side of that inner back ball joint. And I'm going to hopefully there. All too loose, even though it's rubber. And it is starting breaking, cracking. And through here. Now, that's the OEM one that's in it, and this is the one out of the passenger side. It was a mess. That's all there is to it for a lower back ball joint. Yeah. Now, the part that all was broke had already come loose was this section right here. This little spot here was the only part that was still attached. Very scary. If I would have finished breaking, well, it wouldn't have been pretty. Same way with the other side. So I went ahead and changed it out without videoing it because I need to get the job done really quick. So I appreciate the patience, and I'm going to show you, not step by step, but how I done it. I just can't go through the motion of it because I'm by myself. So here I go. Here we go. Now, Home Depot. I heated the ball joint, the rubber one. Burns-O-Matic TS8000. Great little miniature cutting torch. Works like a dream. Now I have MAP gas, which I don't use until I need for the bigger jobs, but the Burns-O-Matic on just the propane worked out great for me. And what I use this for is that the inner ring or the band or collar for the ball joint, which I'll show you from my bought one, which this is the new one going to go in. There is a bit of glue, some super strong glue that gets put on this outer collar for when it presses in here at the arm. It helps adhere to the collar that's formed. As you can see, it probably and welded. There's a weld there, and there and there to secure it to the control arm. And this with this design, which has got the swirl set up in it, helps mix the air and the gas to burn better. And it's 55 to 60 bucks at Home Depot, and price may vary a little bit from store to store. And it works really good. I want to show you a little bit of what this can do. Counterclockwise on the knob or valve. And yellow button just for trigger. And there it is. That's a low flame. Turned halfway on. All the way on. Now if I can do this, whoop, now this may work. Adjust it. Okay. I run heat around here. Actually, you can see the little bit of a gap on the top side. And I've already overnight had put transmission fluid paint thinner on this to let it soak in there to help some. Other side is set up a little differently, so it's easier to work with from the other side. So give me just a second, I'll show you. Okay. They can focus and see this good. And right here, more transmission paint thinner to soak overnight. That's where the ring or the collar of the ball joint gets pressed out, pressed back in, and a little bit more area to work with the transmission fluid paint thinner to do this. It just helps lubricate somewhat to come out and go in easier. That's all that it does. And once again, there's a good picture of a crack, and it's pretty much shot. There you go. Scary, isn't it? Should be. Back in the day, this wasn't made out of rubber at all. Always be safe, never too safe. Now, for the TS8000 torch benzomatic, I bought this at Home Depot. Sorry about that. This is what you look for. I went to different stores, made calls, could not get the torch by itself. Have to get the tank with it. And actually, there's the tank I got with it. It burns 1 to 300 degrees hotter than the propane. So the heavier job, this is what I use. Versus this. And the torch head interchanges. So here y'all are. Depending on the job. Now for the new tire ball joint, sorry about that, they look like tie rod ends. Here's the new one that's going to go in off of eBay. As I said, the other one I've already done. And this is how it goes in once I get the old one out. And oddly enough, like really super great, is there's the hardware and not rivets. Yay! They bolt in. So next time I need to do this, unbolt it. I don't have to take that lower control arm off, just unbolt it, slide it out, disconnect the steering knuckle from the lower ball joint, slide it out, slide a new one in, replacement, bolt it back in, you got it. And almost zero time compared to doing it this way. It all comes in the boxes, eBay, and here's the information. It's not Moog. That's the ball joint. This is the eBay ball joint. Unfortunately, I don't have a grease fitting. These are non-serviceable. I call it PMing, P as in Paul, M as in Mike, servicing. Or as this guys call it, PMing, preventative maintenance. As you can see, the OEM one and the new replacement cannot be serviced. Darn our luck. Back in the day, you could grease these things and keep on going for a longer time. Yeah, that was then, this is now. Okay. This is more the package from off of eBay that the ball joint came in. The yellow package. There's the envelope. And it also gives the tracking number. Now, this ball joint that I'm going to be putting in looks the same as the one from eBay. But this one is a little bit stiffer. Almost not enough to even really notice. Now, I got this one at an auto store. Actually, O'Reilly's. I've dealt with them for many years. Prices they vary a little. So go online, on to Google, to eBay, and call your local parts store and see what your prices difference are or may be. And they're both Moog. So there you have it. And here would be your box difference. eBay. O'Reilly's. Now I'm going to get ready to get this ball joint out, and I'll get back to you here soon. So give me just a few minutes, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back before I get started on this job again. This is the ball joint press. You can rent these at any auto store. Right at $150, $160, whatever card you would decide to use or cash, but you get it back. It's a loaner tool, so don't sweat it. I do this all the time. You can also get these on eBay and go on the internet, and you could, I don't know if you can rent them. I never looked into that part, but you can buy them, new or used. And how I'm going to finish taking this ball joint out, I'm going to drill bit step it. That's what I'm going to do. That's how I did it earlier this morning to get that one out. I'd like to show you how I do this, but I can't do this one-handed. So bear with me, I'll be right back. Okay everyone, I'm back. Okay. Now, you can see I got the other one drilled out. So as my phone focuses. And I began to tap it out. You can see a lip right there. Okay. I just use a drift pin, like so. That just fits to the lip. There it focused, and tap it out. And here's how I drilled it out. Don't wear gloves doing this. And be very careful. And that's how I did it. Step by step. 3 bits. And starting with, I can read this. (19/64) is what I started with. And to the next one. (25/64). And finally, (20/64). 3-step process to drill out the lower ball joint, outer ball joint rivets and get the ball joint out. And of course, being on a safety-minded job doing this, goggles with or without glasses. I have glasses, it's extra protection, glasses and my eyes. So I'm going to finish taking this rivet out and be right back. Okay, I took the lower control arm out of the vise, flipped it over, and as you can see, what I've done with drill the rivet and start to tap it out, it is working. Now, in case you're wondering, the reason I use the heat on this ball joint, heat expands while I contract, and it presses out easier and also helps soak in the paint thinner and transmission fluid. Makes the job easier. So I'll be right back. Okay everyone, here it is. The rivet is out. That's what you have to go through when the ball joint's riveted to the lower control arm. But that's the way I did it. Now if you want to grind down one end of it completely off, flush with this, as you see where I was grinding there, and grind that head completely off like at this end that I've done, and a heavier duty press than what I've got at 6 tons, you can press it out, but always be safe, never too safe. So here we go. And it's a little sticky, but here it comes. Slowly but surely. Voila, the OEM one is out. I'm just using the arm. See, it's not sloppy loose like back in the day, or it's ready to fall apart. They didn't want to wait that long. That would be disastrous, more than likely. Depending if you're just parked, get ready to leave, or in the driveway and it falls off. Not a, probably, hopefully a big issue, but driving, that would be a serious issue if you got that much slop, as an example, i.e. ball joint tire and that sloppy, bad news. So I PM'd it, preventive maintenance. Still move it. It's not got any slop that I can feel. I just want to change them. Safety minded. So that's all for this for right now. I'm going to get ready to put the new one in. So give me a sec. Okay. And here's the new one. So you can see it's a lot stiffer. I can't even move it. So, yay. Okay. I pre-fitted it just seconds ago. There's a little sticky spot there. No big issue. And here we go. Give me just a second. Dead blow hammer. Brass end. Plastic or urethane end. And you dead blow, which means when you hit, it stops. But listen, you'll hear something. Not the birds. That means a dead blow. Okay, here we go. Little by little. That just about do it. I may need to fine tune it, so I'm gonna get the hardware and be right back. Get the hardware and be right back. Okay, hardware going in. I choose to do it with the head of the bolt to the inside, or the upper side. That way, just in case the extreme scenario happens, that the nuts back off, which is, they're lock nuts with the nylon collar on the top of it. For a freaky reason, they back off or fall off. The bolts don't fall out. They're on the top and you have a chance to pull off the safety. That's just the way I do it. And here goes the other one. Voila! There we are. I'm going to do this one-handed part of it and get this, hopefully, to start. It's what you call using your fingers for your eyes. So far, so good. It takes a few minutes this way, but it works. Give me just a second. I had to relocate my A-frame and device to do this. So, okay. Here we go. Little by little. It's tedious, but I wanted to show you this. At times like this, it's always easier with another pair of hands too, which I don't have. But we're getting there. Voila, that one I got. Okay, now for the next one. And there's that one. Okay, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. The hardware is on. The bolts are 17 millimeter, nuts are 19 millimeter. Make sure I told you that correctly. Recheck this. Okay. Bolt 18 millimeter. Nut, well, I had that wrong. Backwards. All together. Give me just a second. A 19 millimeter nut by a 18 millimeter bolt. Two of them. And lock washers. I haven't fully tightened them on, torque them on, but they are on. Now we'll get ready to do the ball joint. That's going to be a process, so I will be back to you here shortly, I hope. Okay. Your typical everyday bicycle kickstand, I found, works wonders for taking out a bad, rotten rubber ball joint. Even though I heated it a little bit, not enough to do this. That's all it takes to get that out. To me, that is scary. But that's me. And see if I can just get a hold of it and take it on out. Like pulling a tooth. And by hand and take it out. That's it. That's OEM 1. And as you can see, what was good and what's not. Or what's hooked, connected, and not. Yep, there it is. Okay, I'm going to work on getting this collar out, and I'm going to show you right quick on this. This is the bottom side. Top side, sorry. Inside. Ball joint. Mechanical ball joint. And a rubber one, or what was one. You can see better what was connected and what was not. So I'm going to heat up some more transmission fluid and paint thinner. There'll be probably a bit of a fire, but extinguish your water close by and be really careful. I heat it to do it. But watching, I know what I'm doing. Okay? So be careful with the fire, or not use a torch, and just manhandle it, press it out, and be done with it. Just the way I do it. So be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thanks for waiting. Okay. I took this outside I went ahead and burned the rubber out of it, heated it up real good. Now if you use a cutting torch, like back in the old days, good old school days, don't get it too hot because you take the temper out of this. And you can also take a chance on messing up the welds. Not good. So a collar and a collar, as you can see, that's part of the ball joint collar. Another part of the collar or ring is what's welded onto the lower control arm to keep the ring, make a perfect circle for the collar of the ball joint to press in. It's going to take me a bit to get this pressed out once I get set up to do it, so I will bring another video on me getting this part done, okay? So thanks a lot for tuning in and checking out my channel, Maniacal S10. I am the creator, Mike, and have a great one. Stay safe, stay healthy, and with another video coming up to finish this up and put it on the car, okay? Have a safe one, y'all. Bye.